Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Na 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 na. Ah! Damn it, can't we have nice things? The album, the June 29th edition, 2021, the album, Dad AF. Rock on, gold dust. Let's just get into this video. Okay, now listen, listen. I have had, in the last 2 months, so many requests to do a rant video. I have not done a rant video over here in quite some time, so I was like, you know what? It's time to do a rant video. It's my birthday today, and if it's your birthday, you are allowed to rant and complain and be and moan all you want. If it's your birthday, you're allowed to. And I got some things to talk about. Now, let me just tell you about my day so far, okay? I woke up today, and my back was hurting, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know that I'm gonna make any videos today. Look at this poor fan. She is falling apart. She's like, I've had it. I feel as old as you are, is what she's saying. So I woke up today, and I was like, okay. All I just want to do is get some coffee and go to the pool, right? So I was gonna have me a pool day. Here, I got my pool bag right here. I got my fancy, look, this is called a Turkish, what do you call it? Turkish towel. It's supposed to get dry real quick. It's a lie straight from the pit of hell. It doesn't. It gets soaking wet and it doesn't dry, and then it stinks up your bag and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I got my pool bag right there and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll do a review video while I go get my coffee today. So I get online and I'm like looking up stuff, right? And Starbucks, they run out of every ingredient in the world, okay? Basically, all you can get at Starbucks right now is black coffee or coffee with sugar, or maybe they have cream if you're lucky, okay? Ooh, this person is walking up to my car. What are you doing? No paparazzi on my birthday, please! Anyway. So I'm looking up Dunkin' Donuts because I had seen this thing online about Dunkin' Donuts having new drinks, right? Okay, so I go over to the Dunkin' Donuts. Well, I'm trying to go over to the Dunkin' Donuts, and there's construction on this road in Indianapolis called Keystone. And basically, between my house and anywhere I want to go, okay, there is major construction. But it was only one way. Well, today, on my birthday, they gave me the best birthday present in the entire world. They done shut the other side of the road down, okay? And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I get in this construction because I wasn't expecting it, because it wasn't shut down on that side, or I would have gone another way. So I'm stuck in this construction traffic, of which what they do is, you know, they block off 4 miles, and they're not going to work on it for probably 2 more months. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like stuck in traffic. It's literally like 2 cars move, and then you sit for 10 minutes. 2 cars move. I mean, I was in traffic for the longest time, right? So I'm sitting there, and I am like so bored off my ASS, and I'm like, I cannot believe that it's my birthday, and I am stuck in a car, okay, trying to get to the Dunkin' Donuts to do a review of these drinks, which I did, and they're very good, so go watch my review video, because I went through all this to get the review video done, but they're very, very good, okay? So anyway, you can see that they're melting like crazy now in my car. This is the one I took to the pool. This was the latte, the iced latte. Anyway. So I'm sitting there, and there's this guy on the side of the road. He's probably about my size, same age, you know, and totally in shape. He has one of those, he's a construction worker now, you know, and he's got a cut-off shirt on, just rippled in muscles, okay, white hair, white beard. I mean, we could have been brothers, except for that he's more muscled and better looking than me, right? And I'm sitting there, and he's just sitting on the side of the road. He's sitting in like one of these little cement things that they've set up, and he's smoking a cigarette, and I'm just like, how is this fine, hot-looking man over here look better than me? I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's offensive now to objectify construction workers, but he was fine. He was so fine. And I was like, here I am stuck in construction, and here he is just enjoying his day. And I'm always preaching peace and serenity. Why can't I find any peace and serenity? This man is working, okay, looking fine as hell on the side of the road. And I'm over here, and I'm like, I probably, I don't know, offended the union for construction workers now. They'll probably be calling me up and all that kind of stuff. How dare you talk about how fine our construction workers? Well, he was. So anyway, Then I started feeling real bad about myself. I'm like, why don't I look like that, okay? Hell, I just got back from Miami. He's got a better tan than I do. So anyway, but I waved at him and stuff like that when I drove by. He didn't pay me no attention. He couldn't care less. But anyway, I think that he was actually in love. I call it love, not love. I think he was actually in love with this woman. She was a little bit further down the road. She was enjoying a cigarette break herself, and she had long blonde hair, and it was pushed back in a construction hat, and she had it all like down her back and stuff like that. She was equally as toned and had a fantastic body. I'm like, I think I'd have missed the boat with this construction stuff. So anyway, so I get to the Dunkin' Donuts, right, you know, and I'm doing this review video, and then I'm sitting there in the parking lot afterwards, and I'm drinking my coffee, enjoying my day. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take 5 minutes to enjoy my birthday for today. I mean, it is my birthday, why not, you know? And so I'm sitting there, and now if you watch my channel regularly, you know I've been following the night, what did she call it? Welcome to the nightmare that is Gabbie Hanna for the last 7 episodes of the series. And I saw that she put out a new episode today. Daniel Prada, Joey Graceffa's ex, he done put out an hour-long video. And I was going to do a reaction to all of this stuff today, and I thought, okay, now I got to watch 2 Gabbie Hanna videos. The one from yesterday was about Trisha Paytas. The one from today is about Trisha Paytas. Basically, her whole series is about Trisha Paytas, and then Daniel Prada put out this video, and I thought, each of Gabbie Hanna's videos are 40 minutes long, and I'm thinking to myself, I got to watch, what is that now? I ain't got my glasses on, I can't do math. What is that? 2 hours and 20 minutes of videos about Gabbie Hanna to do a drama video today. Girl, it's not happening. It's just not on my birthday. I ain't giving Gabbie Hanna 2 hours and 20 minutes of my birthday. I'll give her 5 minutes on my rant video, but I'm not giving her 2 hours and 20 minutes of my time today. I'm just not, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot do it with this gal, not for one more second. And can we talk about this Trisha Paytas thing for a second? And I know everybody in the world hates Trisha Paytas and all kinds of stuff. Y'all done handed her a redemption arc on a silver platter, and then you took it away so quick she couldn't even have the appetizer, all right? But anyway, let's talk about Trisha Paytas for a second. Now, I have been watching this series with Gabbie Hanna. Now, yesterday it was Trisha Paytas continues to be the liar of the world, and today it's part 2 of that, and it's called reacting to Trisha Paytas. Okay, now let me just pose a question to y'all, all right? And yes, these are rant videos, and they're supposed to be funny, haha. Like, people come over here and they're like, you're so bitter, you're so... They don't get that this is a joke, right? But this is these are jokes based on things that I really do believe. And so this is something that I really believe, okay? Now, I had me this friend back in the day, right? And she would date these girls, and then when they were done, you know, always, every girl that she dated was the most problematic girl in the entire world. So, later down the road, when somebody would be like, oh, like, you know, when you were dating Judy Smith, and my friend would be like, I don't know what you're talking about, I didn't date Judy Smith. And they'd be like, oh, you didn't? She'd be like, no, I don't claim her. She always said that, I don't claim her. You ever done that? You ever dated somebody you don't claim down the road? I think we've all done that, okay? I think we've all done that once. I don't know what you're talking about. What? Well, I know you went home with that person. No, I most certainly did not. We walked out to the parking lot together. We walked to the same car together, but we went our separate ways. I don't know what you're talking about. When you both know you bumped uglies and nudies late at night. You know you did, okay? You know you were bumping nudies late at night, and then you don't claim that person. Why? Because they're a problematic, crazy person, okay? And you don't claim them, right? So here's my thing about this that I don't understand with this gal, Gabbie Hanna, okay? Gabbie Hanna wants to, prove that Trisha Paytas is a nutcase, okay? Like, that's her number one goal, is I'm gonna prove, I mean, first of all, what she wants to be Trisha Paytas. I think that anybody watching this whole thing with Gabbie Hanna could admit that Gabbie Hanna has this goal in life to be the next Trisha Paytas, okay? Number one. Number 2, she has a goal to prove that Trisha Paytas is the worst human being on the face of the earth, and she's the biggest liar, and she done told her a bunch of fibs, and she's a fibber and a liar, and she was sending her the nicest messages in the entire world, and they were so friendliest of the world friends, right? Okay. Which I've said in other videos. Trisha Paytas don't want to be your friend, girl, okay? I'm telling you right now, if Trisha Paytas called me up and said, what do you think? I'd say, girl, I'm telling you right now, I'd be her best friend, because I'm telling you, I have watched that movie, Death of a Cheerleader, too many times. I'm telling you right now, I'd just be her friend, okay? I'd have a play date once a week. I don't know. I'd paint pictures together nude with her if that's what she wants. I'd do whatever the gal wanted at this point, okay? Because she is so obsessed with Trisha Paytas, and it's like, whether you like Trisha Paytas or you don't like Trisha Paytas, you have to watch this stuff, okay? And people are like, No, she's just defending her right against Trisha Paytas. Okay, at some point in life, you just let stuff go, okay? That's what real human beings that don't live on YouTube do, okay? At some point, you just you let stuff go. You just do, right? It's just, girl, it's not that deep. She don't want to be your friend, okay? And this is what I loved, okay, watching Joey Graceffa's video. Is Joey's like, you're the one that ended the friendship because friends don't act that way. And then he goes on to say, I was not contractually obligated to not talk about you after we weren't friends anymore. And here Gabbie Hanna is trying to prove that Trisha Paytas was her friend, okay? And Trisha Paytas is like, Trisha Paytas should have just said, we were friends and now we're not, okay? Because then that's what Joey Graceffa said, and everybody was like, oh, okay. So you were friends, but you're not anymore because Gabbie Hanna destroyed that friendship. Trisha Paytas should have said, girl, we were the best friends in the entire world, but now we're not because you drive me crazy, okay, with all these 5 million DMs that you've shown the world now, okay? But no, that's not how it went. Trisha Paytas kept on saying we weren't friends. Trisha Paytas should have taken a cue from Joey Graceffa's notebook a year ago and said, girl, listen, we were friends all day long. We were the best of friends. I loved you so much, but we aren't friends anymore, okay? But this is what I don't understand about this, okay? Gabbie Hanna, she's got this need to prove to the world that Trisha Paytas is the worst liar, most horrible person in the entire world, okay? Then, girl, why do you care so much if people think that you're friends with this person? Like, why do you have this need to prove that Trisha Paytas was your friend? Why do you claim that friendship if Trisha Paytas is the worst person in the entire world? Girl, like the kids say, make that make sense. Why are you holding on to this so hard, okay? Nobody cares. We've seen all the DMs. We've seen all the text messages. We know y'all held hands at somebody's party and that there was supposed to be a selfie taken and it didn't. Girl, we get it. We get it, okay? You thought you were friends with Trisha Paytas, okay? Trisha Paytas didn't think you were friends. It's just not that deep. I don't get it anymore. But what I really don't understand is why Gabbie Hanna has this need to prove to the world so bad. This whole video was not even going to be about this. See, I said I was taking a break from the drama today on my birthday because this Gabbie Hanna gets me so worked up, and she and I were never friends. I'm so scared Gabbie Hanna's going to make a video just going to say Peter, Monn, and I were best friends. Girl, we weren't. Don't believe it. If she says it, we weren't. I swear we talked on the phone one time and exchanged some DMs, some very nice DMs. I was very nice to her, okay? She wouldn't shut up. I didn't know how to get off the phone with her. I don't know if that means we were best friends or not. We never had the necklace. We never had the BFF necklace. I swear, Gabbie, if we did, I don't remember. I must have blacked out. And I don't remember having the BFF necklace with the half heart. You had one and I had the other half. But I swear I was never best friends with Gabbie Hanna. Anyway, I'm scared she's gonna make that video. She'll be, oh, we were best friends. No, girl, we were not best friends. We weren't. But why are you claiming and holding on to this friendship that you're trying to prove in one hand that this person's the worst person in the entire world, but then you're claiming him as your best friend? Girl, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense. Well, if it were me, okay, and listen, they done snatched Trisha Paytas' redemption arc right away from them, okay? Took it right away. She referred to herself as a trash can again. And here Gabbie Hanna is over here still trying to push this idea that they were best of friends. Girl, if it was me, I'd have been like, I would have rid that train out, girl. I'd have been like, Trisha Paytas, don't know him. Don't know nothing about him. Didn't exchange no DMs with them. We were never friends, okay? But here Gabbie is over there. We were friends, we were friends, we were friends, girl. Okay, the world gets it. You and Trisha Paytas were the best of friends. It's just so weird at this point. It's just so weird. Woo! So listen, I don't got 2 hours and 20 minutes to watch all that, but I will watch it later, and then I will do a full drama video. Ah! Shit. Oh my God, 25 cents for the cuss jar. So anyway, that's my first complaint. Then, you know, I was thinking about this the other day because this thing goes back and forth between Gabbie Hanna and Trisha Paytas. And, you know, I think that the Gabbie fans love and believe Gabbie, and they're like, well, why would Gabbie lie about it? Because Gabbie is a proven liar. And then people are like, well, why would Trisha this? Because Trisha's a proven liar, you know? And everybody's a proven liar, and everybody on YouTube lies to everybody, and nobody's faithful, nobody's loyal, and they all talk behind each other's back. There, welcome to YouTube. I've taken the veil away from you on YouTube, okay? None of these people care about each other. The only reason they ever collabed with each other was to get to the top anyway, okay? They just used each other for each of their audiences to cross-pollinate their audiences, and it worked, okay? And here Gabbie Hanna is complaining about all these things that happen on Escape the Night, and I'm sitting there thinking, did nobody ask me to be on Escape the Night? I would have shut my mouth and been a good student on that day, okay? Especially if you're handing me this whole audience. But anyway, I'm sitting there watching this, you know, at the same, I'm thinking about all this as this whole boxing stuff continues to go on, you know? Those Paul brothers, are they even YouTubers anymore, or are they just professional boxers? I'm so confused at this point, okay? But, you know, I had tweeted something out last week, and I said something like, I don't think that they should be, listen, let's just call it for what it is, okay? This whole boxing thing is not really about, let me show you I'm a better boxer. It's not really about the art or the sport of boxing, okay? My dad has loved boxing his entire life. I have been educated on boxing. I know about boxing. Like I said, I used to go to the Golden Globes when I was a little kid. Golden Gloves with my dad when I was a little kid. Dress up in a real nice little suit. You know, my dad would smoke a cigar. He'd be in a little suit. And then I would have one of those, no, don't think it's a family-friendly video over here, okay? I did cuss once, but we're not doing pictures of dicks and things like that. But I did wear a nice little suit, and then I had like one of those little cigars, you know, those little bubblegum cigars. We'd sit there. So I know about boxing, okay? This isn't boxing. This is basically who's the biggest man in the situation. I think they ought to all just whip out their dicks and show them, and just then we don't even need to have a boxing match, okay? Because that's all this is like, let me just prove to you who the bigger man is and all this stuff. It's just ridiculous, okay? And I think if they really want to show what kind of, you know, this whole idea of how they define, I mean, we're in 2021 and we're defining who is more masculine by a boxing match. It's just so ridiculous, okay? This need to prove you're just this, I don't know, this ridiculous masculinity that you have to prove to the world, okay? Go to a counselor and do some work on yourself if you have a need to prove that so hard, okay? I don't know. And so I'm sitting there watching this, I'm like, maybe they ought to have to play a game of croquet, okay? Maybe they ought to have to get out there and play a game of croquet. It was good enough for Heather's, it should be good enough for Jake and Logan Paul, right? Or if they're not going to play a game of croquet, how about a game of Operation, okay? Do you think those two of them can sit there and play a game of Operation and not be so damn busy for 2 seconds that they wouldn't touch the sides of it and buzz the hell out of that game? And if not that, why not Hungry Hungry Hippos? I'd love to see the two of them have to go against some of these big boxers playing Hungry Hungry Hippos. That's what I'm saying, okay? Then we'll see who the real man is in all this. And while we're at it, I think Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna ought to have to play a game of Monopoly, Life, or Hungry Hungry Hippos, okay? And then at the end of it, they'll be like, who what, okay? I won Hungry Hungry Hippos. Now, everything you say is like, let's just put everything on the line, okay? We'll put the DMs on the line, we'll put the lies, we'll put the friendship, we'll put it all on the line. And whoever the hell wins Hungry Hungry Hippos, they take all, okay? They were right about it all. Because at the end of the day, that's about how frivolous and stupid it is. A true story is. It's so dumb. I didn't even get to all the stuff I want to talk about yet in this video. Okay. How many books did V.C. Andrews really write? This is the kind of stuff I think about. No, like really though, okay? Like if you're my age and you read Flowers in the Attic, okay? Which they made into that horrible movie with what's her name? Helen Slater. They made a Lifetime movie later. But do you remember Helen Slater? What was she in? Was she in, what was that? Legend of Billie Jean, Ferris Fair? I love that movie so much. Was that Helen Slater? Anyway, that Helen Slater, she was Supergirl or something, and she just ruined her whole career. It's like, what's her face that played Jessie on Saved by the Bell? You remember her? Then she was on Showgirls. Now, I thought Showgirls was one of the finest movies I've ever learned. I learned some of my best lessons in life from Showgirls, true story, okay? I'm telling you right now, Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna, they needed to watch that movie and take some lessons too. When Gina Gershon talks about the last one standing is the one that gets the part, okay? And then she throws down those marbles. Trisha Paytas and Gabbie Hanna, they could learn a lesson from Showgirls if you listen. And then she goes in there and beats the ass out of that guy. That's probably one of the finest scenes in that movie ever, right? And she's like, whoo, like that. I'm like, is this Cobra Kai Showgirls? I love this. So anyway, but I love that Gina Gershon. Now, this is my question to you though. I don't even know what that girl's name was that was in Saved by the Bell. Someone just said it, I know. How did she ruin her career from being on Showgirls, okay? Do you remember that? Because she was topless in that movie and it was like scandal. It was like Demi Moore when she was in that movie called Showgirl, I think, or Striptease. Everybody after that was like, oh, Demi Moore, she's done and all that kind of stuff. And then she came back and she proved you all wrong in Charlie's Angels. Y'all think I don't know my stuff. I know my stuff, okay? So anyway, but that Jesse from Saved by the Bell. Now that Mario Lopez, he's kind of ruined his career too. Do you remember him on that show? He was up for a while and then he's kind of down. I could tell you some personal stories because I had a friend of mine that dated Mario Lopez. But we won't get into all that today. But he's quite scandalous, okay? Mario Lopez don't want me telling those stories, I'll tell you right now. And I don't need to have Mario Lopez's attorneys contacting me. So we'll just keep that that on the down low. But anyway, I do have some stories to tell about Mario Lopez. And that one guy, he passed away. That was so sad. I never even really watched Saved by the Bell so much. Why am I talking about this? Anyway, that Jessie girl that was on Showgirls, she basically ruined her career after that. You know what I'm talking about? People were just like, oh my God, Jessie. Was that even her name from Showgirl? Because on that show, she was like nerdly and real popular, but nerdly and all that kind of stuff, you know? And then, so she was on Showgirls, and because she was topless, which today would be like no big deal, because probably the entire cast of Showgirls, or the entire cast of Saved by the Bell, once they were in their 20s, would probably have an OnlyFans, because if you don't have an OnlyFans, who are you? Like, OnlyFans is basically like Instagram. I gotta get an OnlyFans, okay? I gotta get with the times. I'm sure that fine construction worker, he probably has an OnlyFans. It's probably called Construction Man 101 or something like that. I need to get me an OnlyFans. Would y'all pay for my OnlyFans? Like, seriously? Even if it was just me sitting in my t-shirt. I'm getting me an OnlyFans. This was my big announcement. I'm starting me an OnlyFans. I am, though, really. But anyway, I don't know when I'll post a picture on there. We got some goals first, okay? We got to get some goals first. But anyway, I forgot how much I love these rant videos. I haven't done one of these for a while. So that Jessie, now how did she ruin her career? But Gina Gershon, she just got... Gina Gershon, yes, I do carry a fan in my car, because when I do cameos, then I have my fan for my cameos, see? But anyway, that Gina Gershon, do you love her so much? Oh my God, Gina Gershon is one of the sexiest women on the face of the earth. I love Gina Gershon so much. But anyway, my friend, he worked at this gift shop in Soho years and years and years ago. We both love Gina Gershon. Actually, he and I, one of our goals, this was before y'all know her in American Horror Story. We knew her back in the day from Crimes of the Heart and Blue Sky and all those movies. Jessica Lange, love her. She's one of my favorite actresses of life. And Sissy Spacek and Diane Keaton. Anyway, so our goal was, back in the day, my good Judy and I, we wanted to, because she lived on a farm in Minnesota with her longtime partner, Sam Shepard. I don't know if you know that, because some of you only know Jessica Lange from American Horror Story, which she is fantastic on, okay? But Jessica Lange was she was a known actress long before American Horror Story. I know that's hard to believe. But anyway, so we just wanted to go, and we wanted to just sit on her... Oh, Cape Fear! Did you ever see that movie? That's why. Because we wanted to go to her farm and just sit... We were just going to drive up and sit on her front porch and say, Jessica, did you smoke a cigarette with us? That was my goal in my 20s, to smoke a cigarette with Jessica Lange on the front porch of her farm in Minnesota. True story, it was. But anyway... So, he worked in this gift shop, okay? This little, like, cutesy gift shop in Soho back in the day. That was before he went to medical school, and now he's like... Anyway, we went on one date and decided we should have been friends. I should have married him. No, I'm joking. I love my husband to death. I do. I love my husband so much. But anyway, and my friend, he's married now, too. And divorced and married again. But anyway, so, we're sitting there, and what was I talking about? Oh, I totally forgot. This is real life for me, though. I do forget this stuff all the time. Oh, so Gina Gershon came into this gift shop that he worked at, right? And he looked up at her and he goes, oh my God. And she just smiled at him. And he goes, oh, you're Gina Gershon, I love you. And she goes, yes, thank you, or something like that. She was real nice about it. Oh my God. And I did. I met Drew Barrymore and Courtney Love. They were touring because Courtney Love was in the band Hole, you know? I love that band. And did you just hear that she got real upset with somebody because they stole, like, her Miss World cover thing, and people were, like, going crazy? But anyway, I do love Courtney Love. I do love Courtney Love. And don't come for me and say, oh, well, she killed Kurt Cobain and stuff like that. We don't know. We just don't know, okay? They were in love. And did you see Frances Bean? She's gorgeous. Anyway, so I was at this bar called The Patio. Actually, I think it was on my birthday. Oh, my God, that's so funny. I've told this story a million times. But... Courtney Love was there with her band Hole, and Drew Barrymore was dating, I think, the drummer of Hole at the time. So they were touring together, and I don't know, it was for Warped Tour or something like that. She probably knows Jeffree Star from that too, because Jeffree Star was on the Warped Tour for a while, you know. But anyway, so I'm going to the bathroom, and the bathroom door opens, and Drew Barrymore walks out, and I looked at her and I go, oh my God. And she goes, yes. She goes, I'm Drew Barrymore. I think I said, oh my God, Drew Barrymore. And she was like, yes, I'm Drew Barrymore, or something like that. I can't remember what was said. But anyway, then we like walked out. And, so anyway, you know what? Somebody said the other day to me, and this is a real rant. They said to me the other day, they said, oh, your stories are never consistent. I'm like, girl, you tell the same stories over and over and over again 600 times on 6 different channels, okay? You know, my friend sat in here one night, my friend Tanya, I said this to her about a year ago. I said, people always tell me that my stories aren't consistent. And she goes, any person that tells the same story twice, the same exact way, is a liar. Nobody tells the same story twice. So anyway, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I do know that I walked out, and my friend back I can't say her name, but anyway, she was my roommate, and she lives in Berlin now. She's married to a rock star, but we won't talk about all that. Anyway, she was having a dance off with Courtney Love to Purple Rain. Can you even write that? Oh my God, it was so fantastic. Anyway, so I told other people that story, and they're like, so big deal. I'm like, did you have a dance off with Courtney Love to Purple Rain? Prince's Purple Rain? Purple Rain. But actually, Beautiful People is my favorite song. But anyway, okay, so, oh, I don't know, Little Red Corvette. I love that song too. Is it The Beautiful People? I think Little Red Corvette. Anyway, what was I talking about? Gina Gershon, okay, let's get to the show part of this, because I haven't got to this. Can we just talk about the fact that I watched on vacation, okay, Mayor of Easttown, which is probably one of the best TV shows I've ever seen in my entire life. If you have not watched it, I don't know what is wrong with you, okay? It is so fantastic. So then I go over to Netflix, because I want to start watching some show that's really, really good, right? So I start watching this Manifest, because it's trending like #1 or #2 on Netflix, okay? So I get in, I start watching this show. This is one of the cheesiest shows I have ever seen in my entire life, okay? The acting is so poor. The storyline don't even make any sense. They basically ripped it off of Lost, okay? It's this plane that goes missing for 5.5 years, okay? And then you got this chick, and she comes back, and she is a detective, and then, so anyway, I'm not going to tell you guys, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but she comes back, and I'm sitting there watching it, and we're now like 2 weeks into the show, and I'm like, this gal has not showered. She has not washed her hair. She has not changed her clothes. What is going on? Okay, she's been on a plane for 5.5 years. You'd think she'd want a shampoo and condition, maybe. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe even just some dry shampoo sitting in her car or something like that. And why does she still look better like this construction worker than I do when she's been on a plane for 5.5 years? I mean, for her, it was a couple hours. But anyway, because, you know, like they just disappeared. But anyway, I'm watching this. Okay, then when the plane is found, she gets met by, she's at the airport, you know, they won't let him go and stuff like that. It's always the story with these shows. They're in some bunker and they're doing all kinds of tests on him and all this kind of stuff. So she sees her dad. She's like, Dad, 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 all this kind of stuff. And then she finds out that her mom done passed away. Well, got sick and passed away, right? I did kind of ruin that for you, but it's whatever. It doesn't matter. The show has been canceled, okay? I wasted all this time watching the show and it's been canceled. So anyway, she sits there and she's like so excited to see her dad. Why is that the only scene in the entire show where she doesn't see her dad? She's now living in her brother and sister-in-law's basement, and she ain't gone over to visit her dad not for 1 second. Why? Because it doesn't matter to the storyline, okay? She ain't gone over to her dad's house for Kentucky Fried Chicken. She ain't looked through the scrapbooks. She ain't sat down and talked to her dad about why her mom passed away. She ain't talked about none of that stuff. All she's doing, she's got this calling, free the dogs, free the dogs. And then she finds out it isn't even these dogs, but I don't want to ruin it for you. And then she's got a crush on her ex-husband, a fiance who she didn't want to marry anyway, and then he ended up marrying her best friend. And of course now we hate her because of that, you know, and she just wants to be the best friend. She goes and reads her Facebook. And I do think that would be kind of weird though if you like had really like passed, like, you know, people thought you had passed away, and then they did like a Remember Peter Monn Facebook, and then you were reading all the things that said about you. And I know I'd be on there, I'd be reading it, I'd be like, that girl is an effing liar. She's lying straight from the pit of her teeth. Like, she could not stand me. That girl hated me. She talked crap behind my back all the time. Now she's on my Facebook page acting like we were friends. We were never friends. I wasn't friends with Gabbie Hanna, and I wasn't friends with you. Stop lying on my Facebook page. So these are the things I think about, right? Okay, so then I tweet out, oh, this show, Manifest, is so corny, but I'm so into it, it's addicting, I can't stop watching it, or something like that. I know I'm being inconsistent again, okay? I can't remember what I tweeted out 2 weeks ago. But anyway, and so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna start watching something else. I'm gonna watch them back and forth. So I start watching this Black Summer, okay, this zombie show, because y'all, I love zombie shows. I love zombie books. I love zombie movies. I've seen everything about zombies except for this Black Summer. I didn't know it came out 2 years ago, okay? I guess I hadn't done my deep investigation research skills enough. So I'm watching this show and I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is really, it's very scary and it's very well done. But here's one of my questions with these zombie shows, okay? How many zombie shows, now if a zombie apocalypse happened tomorrow, okay? And you know, I just watched that movie about the zombies, which everybody said was so horrible. I kind of thought it was kind of funny and fun. And I love Zombieland. I love those two movies. But, you know, like, when you're with your loved one, like if I was with my husband, Alex, and he had just been, like, bitten or shot in the head or something like that, you know you got about 3.2 seconds before that MFer turns on you and is going to bite your neck out, okay? Why are you like, I don't want to leave? You better run for the hills. That zombie's going to eat your brains out. That is not your husband or wife anymore. And why does it take, hold on a second, it's going to stop. Okay, I'm back. Why does it take 15 different series, 3 movies, 5,000 books for these people to learn this zombie's gonna eat your heart out? It don't care if it was just your husband 2 seconds ago. Okay, that little zombie right there, that was your 4-year-old son that you were reading, I don't know, Cat in the Hat book to last night. It's a zombie. It's gonna eat your eyeballs out. Why are you hanging around? And they sit there, they're like, no, I don't want to leave. And you got about a second left before they are coming for you. These people are straight up fools. They are fools. It gets me so heated watching these shows. And why is it always the same storyline? You know, I'm always thinking to myself, well, first of all, this one point, this guy goes into this grocery store, right? And he's like going down the aisles grocery shopping. And I'm like, not me. I'd close those doors off. I'm sure there's a little area in the back where you can sleep that probably has a TV with VCR tapes. That's because I'm old school, see? You know what I mean? It's, I don't know, some kind of radio or whatever, and you got all the groceries you need to just, I don't know, lock yourself into the grocery store. Don't let nobody come in. You're fine there. Okay? All kinds of stuff. He's got knives and all kinds of stuff. Then this zombie walks into the grocery store, and then he's like being chased all over this grocery store and outside and everywhere. Because of course that's what you gotta do for TV. But why do these people always gotta go places like schools? Why do they always go to a school? Okay? I will tell you, that school scene, okay, with those kids in Black Summer scared my pants off, okay? Like that whole thing, I was like, see, y'all think that these kids are nice and stuff like that, but like in a zombie apocalypse, they're not stupid. They're smarter than the adults. They got that whole thing figured out. Did you see that school scene in Black Summer? Those kids had it figured out. Nobody was coming into that school. Nobody. You were not leaving alive from that school, okay? And I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, this, I'd be befriending all this, and I'd be over here, I'd be like, hey, listen, you know what? I'll make you tenderloin sandwiches and tater tots from the cafeteria if that's what you want. You let me stay for free, okay? But these people are so dumb. They're always going to schools, and they're like, oh, it seems empty to me. I'm like, this entire school you think is empty? You think not one person has walked through this school? Oh, this shopping mall, Dawn of the Dead. There's no zombies in here. I love that movie so much, Dawn of the Dead. I love the old one, and I love the new one. But anyway, these zombie people, they're so dumb, aren't they? It's the same story, and it is always the same story over and over and over again. And let's get a group of people together, and then we're going to walk by foot, okay? 5,000 miles across country. For what? To find either this army barracks that never exists, okay, this army place that they're going to save us from the world, or we're going to go find, oh, I don't know, my son is in New Jersey and I'm in Oregon and we're going to walk there. Girl, who is walking from Oregon to New Jersey ever? And definitely not during a zombie apocalypse, okay? But in a TV show, we believe it. We think it's the truth. Why? I gave a spoiler away, so I had to stop it. I gave a real good spoiler away, and I can't say it, so I had to stop the video. But, you know, quite frankly, why do we watch this stuff, okay? Because, you know, at the end of the day, as dramatic as these zombies are, as dramatic as this gal is that can't step into a shower after she's been on a plane for 5.5 years, it sure is a lot simpler than Gabbie Hanna trying to prove for the 1,500th time that Trisha Paytas had been her best friend for a world of lifetimes, okay? It's just a lot. It's just a lot. So what do? We watch the zombie shows, I guess, anyway. Woo, I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better now that I've got that all off my chest. Now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna upload this video, and now I'm going out to dinner tonight with my good sober Judy friends. My husband's gonna join us. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So I'm going to my meeting tonight, because it's my home group meeting tonight. I think this is the first time in 26 years I've ever gone to my home group meeting on my birthday. I don't think I've ever gone to a meeting on my, I might have maybe once or something like that, but I don't think so. But it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good sober evening tonight. See, we're not a glum lot. You can have fun in sobriety. Anyway, I feel a lot better now that I got that off my chest. Tomorrow I'll be back with more Gabbie Hanna drama, because I'm sure there will be some. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.